Welcome back, fans of Hot Wheels. Today we are retro blasting back to 1995, looking at every single Hot Wheel in my collection, which is about 75% complete if you count all variations of all the Hot Wheels released during this time period. We are beginning a new wave of the Hot Wheel year-by-year videos where I left off in April. Yes, we're back. This is going to be the series cards, number 275 to 1121. That encompasses all of the Hot Wheels released between 1995 to 1999. After that, in 2000, Hot Wheels were numbered for each year. So you would have like 1 through 250, say, example. I don't know exactly what it was in 2000. I haven't looked that far ahead. But for this segment, every car you see here is in the short period of 1995 to 1999. And we are going to look at every car, talk about every variation. We're going to talk about values, what these cars are worth, what variations to look out for. Even the ones I don't have, I'm going to mention. I've got pages and pages of notes here about these cars, what I can discover on them, and I do have some very rare variations. Look at this 57 Chevy right here with the black tint window. That car set me back about $100 a long time ago when I bought it. Some really cool cars in here as well. The Dark Rider series with the very interesting co-mold 6-spoke wheels on every car in that set you could get. So different variations here, you're going to see like just 5-spoke, 7-spoke, and those 6-spoke co-mold Dark Rider wheels exclusive to that series. Very cool. All these cars are mint loose. Many of them I bought in packages such as these Hot Hub series Suzuki quad racers, but I've opened up everything over the years other than that one. I just can't open it up because they're so hard to come by with those yellow 3-spoke swirl wheels. But most of the cars, I probably had a drink and open them up. So here they are. We're going to look at everything, and let's get into it now. We're going to start numerically in order with number 275. That's the collector number for this Chevy Lumina Stalker, part of the Hot Wheels Race Team series. As you'll see, all of the cars in the series, there are 4 vehicles in each of these series. And I don't have every vehicle in the Crackle car series. I am missing the Shark Bruiser. It's looks like a shark on wheels. That's the only car I'm missing here. Not a valuable car, just kind of one of those fancy, weird cars never picked up. We've got the Steel Stamp series behind that. And yes, I apologize for the overuse of the word series, but that's what we're looking at in 1995 are multiple series of cars. You could turn this into a bit of a drinking game if you count how many times I'm going to say the S word. Behind that, we've got the Pearl Drivers series. Some very iconic cars in here, including that Purple Passion Volkswagen Bug. And one of my favorites, this Jaguar XJ220 in a nice pearl white. Behind that, we've got the Dark Riders series, aforementioned in the intro to this video with the multiple wheel variations. All of these car series have multiple wheel variations. And then behind that, we're going to page number 2. We've got the Roarin' Rods series. So you can see an animal print theme. Again, lots of wheel variations. The Cobra is awesome because I just love the Cobra. It's got these olive green seats, opening hood, and that snakeskin tampo on it. Just love it. Behind that, we've got the Hot Hubs series. And that kind of indicates those interesting co-mold wheels we had talked about with the Suzuki Quad Racer. And finally, the, Speed Gleamers series. Kind of like a chromescent sort of awesome set of vehicles. And that's that. Yeah, interesting. The rat rod is in there as well, just in a muted flat black. The limousine, love that car. And the only Real Rider I have, or yeah, Real Rider series, only one out of four. They're very expensive. I'll talk about the rest of those cars as we get into it. But yeah, I only got the one, and I'm not really after those other ones because they're just too pricey. So let's get into it and look at what we've got here on the table. 62 Hot Wheels for your review today. Going to do basically 3 Plano cases at a time. Just an example, 24 compartment Plano cases, model number 5324, in case you're wondering what these are. There are the 3 that I've taken out from the wall to begin this review with you. And so it's going to be about, I don't know, maybe 16, 15 videos to get through the next 4 years of Hot Wheels. And I'm going to commit to a video a week for you guys. They do take a little bit of time to put together, but I enjoy it immensely. And of course, we're going to have our regular reviews as well on Greenlight Auto World, M2, Johnny Lightning, and the Junkyard. All right, let's get started. Hot Wheels Lumina Stalker, collection number 275 from the Race Team series. And here we go. This one is the light blue metallic with ultra hot wheels. The rarest variation of this car is a Pontiac front end, believe it or not, with a Chevy Tampo. It would have the Pontiac grill snouts, so you'd have like 2 grills on each side of that kind of angled front end that you would be able to see. I don't have that car in my collection, and if I did, it would be worth over $130 US, maybe even more than that. I'm not even going to bother trying to look for it because I honestly need to spend my money elsewhere. With the amount of cars that are in this collection, especially 1995 to 1999, there's just so many different variations. So here we have the dark blue metallic. You can see a bit of a color change. Otherwise, same car. So both of these cars are, not worth a lot. $5, $10 mint in the package, and even mint loose, probably about the same. So here we have the 7-spoke dark blue metallic, and that concludes 3 out of the 4 variations of the 1995 Race Team Series Chevy Lumina Stalker. Next one up is the Hot Wheels 500. Of this, I only have 2 variations, so I might as well show them to you at the same time. Whoa, just about dropped it. So we have the light blue metallic and the dark pearlescent blue metallic with 7-spoke. Top one has the Blackwall wheels, of course. And for that one, I am missing the ultra hot version of the dark blue, and I believe a Blackwall version of the dark blue. So only a couple of those. They're not overly valuable cars. Again, only about $5 each. Side splitter. This is where it gets interesting. I have all 3 variations released in 1995. So number 1 is the light blue with Blackwall wheels. It's actually the same car released in 1994 under collector number 291. And it's a Chevy, but it's got some pretty sweet Tampas on. So if you could find this one as a blue card in number 271, it would be worth about $4,000. As it is, I don't think it's worth nearly that much as a series card from 1995. And the way you can tell that is series cards have the faded color. So to be worth $4,000, you'd have to have solid blue all the way to the bottom. It cannot be what blue to white like what we just saw there. I don't really care as a loose collector. There's no way I'm going to spend $4,000 on a single Hot Wheel. Most I've ever spent is $1,000 on a 1974 green heavy Chevy alternate variation, and that was that was a lot. So here we have the pearlescent dark blue Blackwall version of the side splitter, and you can see the difference. in the paint, but otherwise same tampos and such on them. So put that down. It's gonna make a nice little thumbnail actually. And then we got the 5-spoke version. Same car again. These are very nice downhill rollers. And finally, for the race team series is the dragster, of which I have 2 of 3 variations. So I'm missing the dark blue version, which you're going to see here. We're having trouble focusing because it's so thin. There is one with black wall wheels, valued at about $10. I don't have that one. And mine is actually a little bit rough, even this 5-spoke. This is the one car out of the 62 you're going to see that ain't mint. But I do have the original in mint condition with that light metallic blue dragster. So pretty cool car. We're going to move on to Crackle car series. This one, the one I'm missing is number 280 Shark Cruiser. Here's a 1987 Shark Cruiser, original first edition gray paint with silver Hot One wheels on it. So that's what you would see as a Shark Cruiser, and there are 4 variations. It would be painted blue with a yellow kind of crackle look paint, just like this. What is this one? A Turboa or Flash Fire? Yeah, I don't know. That's a Flash Fire. It would look like that, but blue with yellow crackle on it. For some reason, I think I have one somewhere, but it's not open clearly, and it's not out for display, so we're not going to look at it. None of those cars are worth very much, all worth about $5 to $10. So we are going to continue on by looking at the Flash Fire here. Oh, I'm going over Turboa. Turboa is number 281. And I have 2 variations of it. One is the Ultra Hot, one is the 7-spoke. Missing are basically the same cars. You can see that this one has a silver painted base, and this one has a metal unpainted base. So for each car, there was a different base. So for the 7-spoke, I'm missing the silver painted base. And for the Ultra Hot version, I'm missing the unpainted base. Again, not highly valuable cars, maybe like $10 each. Not a big deal. Not really looking for those cars. Number 282 is the 63 split window Corvette. So basically there's 5 variations known, although I can make more variations based on, look at the paint difference here. The Crackle, if you go by Crackle variations, there could be many, many more variations for all these cars, because here we have like a fine crackle, and this one is a major crackle. So I say 5, and that basically only covers rivets, because this car came with 1 or 2 rivets. Both mine are the 1 rivet version, so instead of a rivet, they use the clip license plate to hold the car together completely. And again, values on these are pretty all over the place. Nothing more than about $10. Flash Fire, I have 2 variations and probably one from a 5-pack. So we have the Ultra Hot version here, the yellow and purple crackle, black plastic base. Here is the 5-spoke, that's known. Pretty cool. I love these cars, actually. They're very cool. Even though they're fancy cars, they're so retro. Awesome old casting. So the gold 5-spoke, probably from a 5-pack or an exclusive. I don't think this came as a single pack car. I could be wrong, but I don't have any listings or any research on that one. The rarest one would be if you could find any of these cars with orange replacing the yellow in the paint. So an orange crackle on the purple. Extremely rare. Supposedly worth about $20. I would think it'd be worth more than that nowadays. And now we are going to look at the steel stamp series, starting with this beautiful Steel Passion, formerly called the Purple Passion, amongst other names, I think. But just a really cool 1950s Mercury is what it's rendered after. Definitely customized. But with these white wall wheels, it looks amazing. I have both variations, 7-spoke and the white wall 5 black wall spoke, I guess. Neither are worth a ton of money, like maybe $10 each. Zender Fact 4. That's number 287. There was no 286. So this was collector number 285. Number 286 was not assigned to any car. So we're going straight to number 287. 287. And that was the Zender Fact 4. I personally love this casting. It's a very unusual car, a concept car of the 1980s, early 90s. And we have an ultra hot version. We have a 5-spoke version, a 3-spoke version, and what is missing? Clear window 5-spoke is the one that's missing. So I have this kind of tinted window variation. Apparently there's a clear one worth about $20 to $30. All these other cars, not worth any more than that, we'll say. Next up is the 56 Flash Cider. And this one I have 2 out of 3 variations. The one I'm missing is a 7-spoke, worth about $20. So these ones are worth less, but still very cool. That kind of auburn metallic paint. I've noticed different colors in the auburn metallic paint, so potentially more variations if you're like a paint color variation collector. Over the years, yeah, you'll see different things. Finally, in this series is the 57 Chevy, of which I'm going to grab all 4 that I have. Here they are. These ones, I have all 4 in the collection. So we've got the 5-spoke. 7-spoke. Metallic blue. Beautiful chrome base. 5-spoke. Metallic blue. Blue tint windows. I'm going to put one down for a second. The first one. We're going backwards here. But here is the black tinted windows. Extremely hard car to find. Again, if you are buying these cars for your collection, be sure to check the rivets, because if they're anything other than metal, unpainted rivets, as you can see here, don't buy it. People can duplicate these cars so easily nowadays, and you do not want to be paying top dollar. And also, if you have thumbprints on your car, as I do here, get them off as soon as possible, because you don't want those setting, and they will set on chrome plastic bases. So you want a mirror base for the ultimate value of your cars. This is the ultra hot version, so I mean it's not worth more than about $10, but still, who knows what it'll be worth, years to come when the androids take over. Maybe they're gonna want some Hot Wheels. Who knows? All right, now on to a new series. This is the Pearl Drivers series. And again, we're looking at the Purple Passion, as it used to be called. Now it's called the Pearl Passion. So again, this car was released years ago. It comes in 2 variations, of which I have both, 7-spoke and white wall. Beautiful paint job. I just love this car. This car at one time was so highly collected that its values were through the roof. Probably more collectible now is the VW Bug, with the black wall version of this pink pearlized paint. 7-spoke, and missing a 5-spoke, worth about $5-10 supposedly. So that's unfortunate. Talbot Leo. I have both variations, pearl blue, the white wall wheels, and the 7-spoke. This is a really nice heavy casting, all metal. Let's move on to my fave, the Jaguar XJ220, of which I have 3 out of 4 variations. So the one I'm missing is a 7-spoke wheel. I have the Ultra Hot 5-spoke and 3-spoke, but I don't have a 7-spoke. It's the rarest car, worth about $10. And oh my goodness. Oh my oh my goodness. Anyways, it has no tampos. Just a really cool car. Hot Wheels still producing this casting, and very cool that they are, because it is an iconic classic supercar of yesteryear. On to the Dark Riders series. I have split an image for you. This is number 297 in the collector number series, 1 of 4 in the Dark Rider series, and I have both variations to show you. There are no other variations to speak of. So we have the 7-spoke and those interesting Como 6-spoke wheels. Everything else on these cars is essentially the same, although the base is, like, this one is a shinier base. That one's a bit flatter. I don't know if that counts as a variation. I mean, it's really up to you. Kind of a cool car, though, and does really well on the race track. Not worth a ton of money, though, honestly. Like $4, $5, $10 at most. So we're going to move those out of the way. And now we're going to look at the Twin Mill 2. So there's a Twin Mill 1. Twin Mill 2, I have 2 out of 3 variations. I'm missing the all large wheel 6-spoke. So it would have this is a large wheel. Apparently that would be in the front. Worth about $15. I've never seen it. I'm quite happy just to have it the way it is, because I think that the wheel, you want to have the bigger wheels in the back and smaller wheels in the front. You don't really want to have all large wheels everywhere. Mine's a little dusty. You should probably get the duster out. Just a really cool casting. Very period correct for the 1990s. Iconic version of this was the neon yellow version, released about 1997. We'll get to that eventually as we go through the year-by-year videos. But there you go, 2 different variations of the Twin Mill 2. Now the Silhouette. Silhouette is a very cool car. Silhouette number 2 as well. There was a Silhouette number 1, Redline era car. That's why we're getting these, like, number 2. So of this car, I have 2 out of 3 versions. I'm missing the black base 6-spoke. So this one here has a black base on the 7-spoke. I have a chrome base on the 6-spoke. Well, apparently there was a black base available with the 6-spoke. Makes sense. Worth about $10. Not worth a ton, but not something, again, I'm going to be shopping heavily for. I mean, on a shelf, you won't even see what color the base is, so having the different wheel variations is the number 1 sort of thing. Finalizing this 4-car series is the number 300 collector number, Rigor Mortar. And as you can see, we have a lot of variations. I have all 3 variations. Got the 5-spoke, 7-spoke, and the 6-spoke coal mold. They all have dark chrome engines and bats on the front. They're very heavy cars. They're all metal. Not like they are today. So there you go. Really cool cars. The body is a coffin with a coupe. And you got 8 exhaust pipes coming out of that massive V8 chrome engine. On to the Roaring Rods. Number 303 is the Street Roader. This is a Suzuki, what kind of truck is it? Sidekick? Samurai? Something like that. Anyways, very cool vehicle. Massively overscaled for Hot Wheels, but this one was available with chrome construction tire hubs instead of orange. I only have 1 out of 2 variations, which is the orange center wheels. Chrome center wheels would set you back about $25, $30. Next up, We've got the Roll Patrol. I only have 1 out of 3 variations here as well. It's kind of like a futuristic modified Jeep. And that one, I have the missing construction tire wheels as well, worth about $20, $25. Chrome center instead of yellow. And also, I'm missing the tinted base version. So this one has a black painted base. You could get one that had like a kind of platinum sort of colored chrome tinted base, worth about $40. Very hard to find. Not something I'm after. If you want to send one my way, sure, thank you. But I'm not buying it. So next up, we got the classic Cobra. This is number 305. It has the opening hood, detailed interior, all metal construction. There's that tinted base I was talking about that you would, potentially be able to see on the bottom of this Roll Patrol vehicle. So that color of paint I only have on the Cobra. I have 1 out of 4 variations here. So there's 3 variations I'm missing. One of them is the 7-spoke, just like this, but with an unpainted base. I'm also missing the 5-spoke with the tinted base. And that one's worth about $60. And then a black plastic base with the 7 spokes. Worth about $5, $10. I don't have that one either. So, interesting. The final vehicle is number 302, of which I have 2 variations. It's called the Mini Truck. And the Mini Truck has a massive sound system, big engine, lots of details, sweet paint job, plastic base, truck on the license plate. So Mini Truck, I have the Ultra Hot version, which is the first, and I have the 5-spoke. What I'm missing is a 5-spoke with an orange base, apparently. $55, that's what that's worth. And a 7-spoke version with the beige base, worth about $10. I don't have that one either. I did see it come up on eBay, but the shipping was insane, so I didn't buy it. And now the Hot Hubs series. So I'm missing number 307, which is the Cyber Cruiser, worth about $10. The next one we're going to look at is the Vampira, number 308. I have this one with the basket sort of wheels. It's got a black painted metal base and a purple plastic top. And here it is with the 3-spoke swirl wheels, the glitter base. So that's a variation I wasn't even aware of until just right now. Yeah, so I don't actually know what to say about that. Those things are worth about $10. And the Shadow Jet, number 310, because 309 was not released. This Shadow Jet has the cold mold wheels, purple tires with the yellow swirl plastic wheels, a glitter green paint, and the Suzuki Quad Racer number 311. Did I say 310? That was 310 for this car. 311 for the Quad Racer. Got that dark metallic base. And so this is the same vehicle as we have in the package here. What I don't have released loose is the co-mold version. So there it is. These cars are hard to come by. And finally, we're going to look at some Speed Gleamer series vehicles. I really enjoy the 3-window 34. That's collection number 312. It's like an aqua blue, chromized metal base, and aqua blue plastic fenders. No variations exist of this car. 7-spoke only, worth about $5. Next up is number 313, the T-Bucket. So kind of like a tongue-in-cheek name for a Ford Model T, customized with 5-spoke wheels. I only have 1 out of 5 variations here. Many came with a blue chrome engine and black tint windows. Mine is a purple tint engine and purple windows. And I've just dropped it like I do all the time. No worries, it's okay. So I don't have the other variations, and if I did, they'd be worth, you know, probably $10 or less. So next up, we got the Ratmobile, number 315. I have both variations of these ones. Got the Ultra Hot and the 7-spoke gray painted metal base, chrome plastic engine. Kind of an ugly car, but you know, it's part of the era, so I collected it. Next up is the Limousine. I have both variations of this one as well. It's a fictitious kind of fantasy car, one with white walls, one with 7-spoke, sunroof, gold metallic paint, and a gold chrome plastic base. Nothing worth crazy money there either, about $15 each. Finally, we are looking at the Real Riders series. This is number 318. So it started with 317 and went to 321. Dump Truck was number 320 or 317. 320 was 59 Cadillac, and the 321 was a Corvette Stingray. I don't have any of those in my collection because I'm not willing to spend the $30 to $75 each on those cars. And so therefore, I only have this one. Probably the coolest one, though, the Unimog. Very cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed the first segment of this video series, Hot Wheels Year by Year. We're going to get into a whole bunch more. Stay tuned. And, of course, as always, happy hunting.